flattered by your invitation. This place is actually quite peaceful. Perfect for a little solitary research. It's nice. Thanks for asking. Being hard to please is simply the mark of a lady's expectations and elevated taste. It doesn't mean she's incapable of adjusting. Take this place, for example. Not a chair in sight, always raining, and the roof leaks. But you don't hear me complaining. Of course, if I do start complaining, no matter how unpleasant my words, it'll all be entirely your fault. I wouldn't use the word recommendations per se. But if you're really interested, I can share some reference points from my former home. As for the interior, there's not much to say. But a warm fire in the hearth would make this place feel cozy all year round. If we're talking outdoors, I used to arrange my garden according to each plant's characteristics. Which flowers bloom in spring, which trees bear fruit in autumn, making sure the fragrance of one flower doesn't overpower another. There's an art to it. That goes without saying. Anyway, under my care, the garden would change with the passing seasons. I was very proud of what I achieved, and it used to make Alen happy too. Now that I think about it, I should really find the time to go back and tidy the whole place up. Do you mind if I vent about my colleagues? Fantastic! I've always dreamed of a secluded place where I can rant about all the nonsense I have to deal with at work. Ugh, don't even get me started on Dottore. I want him out of my life forever. And everyone else's. The Rooster and Regrator might not get along, but their evasive rhetoric and manipulation feel like it comes from the exact same playbook. First, they pretend to agree with your ideas. Then they'll say something that implies, "Of course, you clearly don't mind all the issues this'll cause." And then they just wait for you to back down. But if you don't back down, that's when they pull out the big guns. Long, complicated arguments that no one understands, filled with technical terminology and archaic phrases. Then, once they finish spouting nonsense, they'll ask, "So what do you think?" What do I think about what? If you want to show off your vocabulary, why not just hold a spelling bee? I'd rather spend my time actually getting somewhere. Ugh, it makes me angry just talking about them. Forget it. I'm well aware that the principles that govern the real world are not always as clean-cut and absolute as mathematical theorems. It's only thanks to the Rooster's wily ways that so many competing interests can be reconciled. Regrator might well be full of wicked schemes, but there's no denying his ability to manage Snezhnaya's economy and oversee the Adventurers Guild. Huh? I wasn't trying to be nice. Just because I can recognize an objective fact doesn't mean I can't also hate it. How about we save it for next time? Berating two people in one day is enough for me. It's important to learn restraint, even when venting. Do you have any fluffy animals around here? Cats, dogs, foxes? I'm not picky. I'll even take sheep in a pinch. Most importantly, though, do they listen to you? I just want something to cuddle. Don't worry, I won't run off with your pets. Now you're making fun of me. Didn't I tell you? Wild animals usually don't like getting close to me. They have their own complex sensory systems. I can't win them over just by adjusting my temperature module or tweaking my smile. And trust me, I've tried. But even a genius of my standing can't find a way. So the easiest solution is to find someone they trust and then have them gently assure the animals that I'm a good person who won't hurt them. Exactly. But Nefer's always looking to discuss this and negotiate that. Dropping by occasionally is fine, but it's too much effort to constantly focus on her conversation. Well, Well, now you've really opened a can of very angry worms. One day, I was going to see Catherine in Nasha Town for a little business, when a rhyme-horned deer suddenly ran out of nowhere and started nudging me. The fur on its neck was very soft and warm, and its antlers felt quite novel to the touch. But when I turned around, I caught Columbina watching me with a smile. Sandrone, all the little animals are hiding from you. You look so pitiful. I told them you aren't a bad person, that you're actually quite gentle, and that you go to sleep hugging. I'm not telling you the rest. The point is, who's she calling pitiful? I don't need little animals for company. She told them secrets about me. It's a total violation. Stop changing the subject. Do you have any fluffy animals or not?